Alright, so this is the Chrysler Airtemp small detachment stove. So obviously these are the exhaust stack section. Don't need to put them all in there. There's some silverware. This is base plate. These little perforated pans are very instrumental, I guess, in keeping too much air from flowing through and overheating the unit. I don't know much about these. A buddy of mine in Southern California, Jonesy, shout out, baby. He knows more than I do. He's had one for a long time. Then we can, looks like, unsnap the top section from the bottom section. Oh, yes. I have a pan set coming that fits inside here. It won't be here for a while. It's coming from Montana. Oh man, I don't want to tear the skin off of my thumb, but this little windshield is supposed to drop down so you can access the griddle area, because there are also two griddles that is supposed to come with this. This whole thing comes off. Gotta do that one at a time. This Airtemp stove's never been used. So these little doors here, look at that tag, it's still attached. It reads 1278 on that side, nothing on the other side. A friend of mine who has a huge collection, says this was probably a refit. This bung here fits into the jerry cans, and where did I see it? It was 1967. 69, right next to the end of my thumb there. 1969. And then this piece is where the fuel bubbles down onto, I guess. And again, I don't know what's going on here. I've never had one of these things. Here's fuel line. Feels very soft and supple. Some gaskets for the bung. Got a spare donkey dick. There are some wrenches in here. Let me set the camera down so we can have a look at these wrenches and other spare parts. Look at that. Illyria Metal Product Company, 1944. Has the same name on it on this little wrench. And date. Same thing on this wrench. And then there are just some fittings and hold things together. I think that these screws and wing nuts are for this burner. Yeah. I'm going to have to watch some videos on YouTube to be educated by other people on how this thing is supposed to be set up. And then here are all the little pouches for the perforated plate, which are these right here. So that's pretty cool. Those are still here. And then there's one more box in here. Oh, I remember what this was for. These two go together to screw together, I believe, this way. And then one end, if you can see inside there, I think this rod has a hole in it for air to bubble through, and then this whole assembly just threads into the bung carefully so we don't strip it, and then this goes up inside the jerry can and the fuel drips out. And then my buddy tells me that this little, ooh, I better be careful of that. This little thumb turn allows the fuel to drip through. And there's a sight glass there. Yeah, I gotta be careful of that, because I'm sure that little glass tube is going to be hard to replace. So I'll just put everything back. There is a partial manual. Technical bulletin. That's what TB 10-400-2. 2 September 44. I love that. It's pretty cool. Outfit cooking small detachment. That's what I'll have to title this video as. Anyway, that gives me some instructions on how to put things together. I probably will not burn this thing in, because there's just me. And I'll show down inside the burner itself. Super clean. You know, these things put out a lot of heat. My buddy Jonesy had his at the Chino Plains of Fame air show, probably 12 years ago. And he was making some SOS, and man, it worked so well. It was awesome. But I kind of don't want to burn it in. You know, the other section that I'm getting on Tuesday, it was a little expensive, but these things are becoming harder and harder to find. So this small detachment stove will feed between 15 and 40 people, men. out in the field. Or, you know, I mean, you go all day and feed people all day long with it, as long as you got gas. Gasoline. Anyway, this concludes the video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.